What is cracking, everybody? My name is Def Poppa, and today we are kicking off a new series. We are going to be playing Tango Tech's Decked Out 2 from Hermitcraft Season 9. I am super excited to play this. I watched tons and tons of hours of Tango building it and running the dungeon for all the other hermits to play. Just tons of hours spent watching those guys play the game. So I do have pretty decent map knowledge, which is going to be a bit of an advantage, I think, for being a first time run through of the dungeon. But in case you guys aren't aware of what Decked Out 2 is, this is a dungeon crawling, treasure hunting, deck building game. It's kind of like a roguelite. You can do, as many runs as you want. Every run's going to be a little bit different. There's a lot of different factors that make this game super, super cool. But before we jump into the dungeon, we have to first at least admire the actual build itself that Tango created here. This thing is a massive masterpiece. I mean, just absolutely beautiful looking, enormous as well. Like if we fly all the way up here, yeah, you can see our Y level is 270. The very tip of it is almost 300, it looks like. So just a freaking monster of a build. And he built it all in survival, which is just nutty, honestly. But yeah, let's go ahead and head on inside here. So this is going to be the Great Hall of the build, and this is where all of the players got to build their little rooms, and they all customized it and designed it however they wanted to. So we'll just take a peek at a couple of them here. That one's kind of goofy. But yeah, the idea of the game here is to go into the dungeon, and you are given a compass that leads to a lodestone, and then you are trying to receive some artifacts. As we can see, these are some of the examples on the wall here. And then you need to escape the dungeon with the artifact, and then you use the reward from that artifact to buy cards and upgrade your deck. And then in the real game that they played, there was also a point scoring system, which we're not going to be really focused on here. We're just going to be playing through, trying to build up our deck and do some really cool runs. So yeah, that is the plan. And oh yeah, I also got to show you, check this out. Oh, I don't have the texture pack, but this was Dungeon Master Tango's little helmet that he wore. Pretty cool looking there. But yeah, this is going to be the starter deck right here. Whoops. So you start off with a Sneak and a Treasure Hunter. So if you actually look at these cards here, they will tell you what they do. So this one gives you 4 treasure in the dungeon that you can collect. This one blocks 2 Clank, and we'll talk about what that is in a second here. And then this one blocks 2 Clank, 2 Hazard, 4 Treasure, and 2 Frost Embers, but you can see it's ethereal, so you can only use it for 1 run there. So we're going to go ahead and drop these back in here, and let me actually get out of Creative as well. There we are, out of Creative now. Oh, and I think I duplicated this deck. That's awkward here. You can just go over there, I guess. But yeah, let's talk about some of the mechanics of the dungeon as well. So Clank and Hazard are the main 2 mechanics. Clank accumulates as you run through the dungeon, making noise. It's using skulk sensors and shriekers to detect where you are and build that clank. Now, if you happen to block Clank, it sounds something like this. So yeah, he does have custom records and noises in this dungeon, which is super cool. And then the Hazard sounds like this. Just a little bit of the dungeon crumbling around you. And if you block Hazard, it sounds like this. And as you're roaming through the dungeon, there are chances for treasure to be dropped. So when you hear that, you know treasure drop nearby, or Frost Embers can be dropped as well. So that's what that sounds like. And then once you get your artifact, the pickup sound is that right there. So that's kind of the basics of the game, and yeah, as we play through it, you're going to kind of learn more about it here. And yeah, I'm super excited to play this. I think I did a couple runs after they released the map, but I never really did anything super serious with it. So the way you start the dungeon is you take one of these keys from here, and you drop it in here. And this part's really cool as well. Check this out. Super cool door design right there. So this is just the starting room where you need to set your spawn and drop off all of your stuff. The only thing we're bringing in with us is the deck. And in fact, I think I'm actually going to take out this moment of clarity and save that for another time. Alright, so this is where stuff will return once we get out of the dungeon or die. Make sure I set my spawn. Yeah, perfect. So now here we have to choose our difficulty. So we're going to start off on easy mode since we only have a 2-card deck. We're going to drop the shulker right there. And the sound design in this game is just absolutely awesome. So well done. And then we take the minecart to start in, or go into the dungeon here. Alright. And here is our compass. Ah, yes. And this is a map, but he used it as a resource guide for the game. So you get a little bit of a UI, which is pretty cool. And this right here is the start of the dungeon. Super cool door once again there. And this one actually is just armor stand, so you can just walk back through it. But really cool design on that. So yeah, we basically have to find our way to where the compass is leading. And it looks like our treasure hunter card got played there. But one thing I did forget about is I actually need another player in the world for the map to load. So that's something that I'm going to have to do maybe in the next run or next episode. I'll see how I can figure that one out. Now, we don't want to be sprinting too much through the dungeon here, as we don't want to generate clank. That heartbeat that you hear is the kind of the rate of clank that you have. Okay, so a sneak just played, so we have 2 clank block in play. So we could be a little bit speedier here. Grab some food. And in the dungeon, there are Ravagers placed throughout it. So, oh, I think I just heard one behind that wall over there. So we're just going to keep it moving here. Alright, looks like, oh, there is one right up there. My compass is pointing kind of that way, so maybe we'll go this way over here. Yes, and stumbles do get dropped into your deck every so often. So now that I'm out of cards, I'm only going to be drawing stumbles, which is going to be generating clank. And as more clank is generated, the heartbeat will get faster and faster there. Alright, we're going to try and just be quick here. Get up these stairs. Alright. Now this is, I believe, a way to block the Ravagers, so they shouldn't be able to follow me up here. Uh-oh. Now it looks like our treasure is right around here somewhere. It might be down below, so let's see. What's the best way to get there? I think I need to lure these guys over. Come on. Perfect. So we've lured them over. Now we're just going to try and jump and run. And then drop line of sight as quick as we can. Alright, I think we're good. They are right up the stairs, though. I feel like it's somewhere around here. Let's try right here. Hey, there we go, and there is our artifact. The death loop for 13 embers. Now we just gotta get out of here, so we're gonna take the other staircase. Right over here. And the game is feeling a little dark. Let me check. I'm going to turn my brightness all the way up, because it is quite dark, and I know YouTube is going to make it worse, so... Now this here is another way out of here. That map knowledge coming in clutch, as you can see. So we've got our artifact. We do want to make our way out of the dungeon now. I haven't heard a card be played in a while. Not sure. Oh, speak of the devil. So there's another stumble, so our clank is going up. But we do have what we need, and we're just trying to get out of here. We could try and look for extra treasure drops and stuff like that throughout the dungeon. I think there's some up here sometimes. Oh, and yeah, the hazard, in case you don't know what the hazard does, it creates obstacles in the dungeon. So, for example, this area right here can be blocked by hazard if you roll unlucky on the hazard trigger. Oh, Ravager over there. We need to be quick. Now there is one in this back corner here, so we need to be somewhat evasive. Alright, looking good. Jump over here. Alright, I think we're going to be good here. So that's just a little taste of what this game is like here. So here's the exit right by the entrance. And then we just drop on down. And right here is where we drop off the artifact. And if you come back here with no artifact, you just take this way out of the dungeon. And there we go. There are 13 embers. And then this is the Ember Shop. So every run, a random assortment of cards will pop up. Ooh, just shy of this one. That would have been awesome to get on the first run. So here, these cards are always available. These are just common cards. So we start with 1 Sneak and 1 Treasure Hunter. And then these are the uncommon cards. So this one is to block 4 Clank. This one down here looks like it gives you 1 hazard, but every 20 seconds, or I'm sorry, for the next 20 seconds, every heartbeat gives you a treasure. Kind of an interesting one. Eyes on the Prize, an extra card will be available for purchase in the Frost Ember Shop. Kind of an interesting one as well. And then the Fuzzy Bunny Slippers. Oh, so this one is a permanent. So permanent cards are played immediately as you start the run, which is kind of interesting. And this one is whenever you unlock a staircase, you get 4 Clank block. So yeah, that first floor we were just in, there's 4 different levels of the dungeon, and we were just in the first one. So yeah, there's a lot of content, a lot of stuff to explore in this dungeon, which is super cool. Now for 13 embers, I think we're just going to split it into 6 and 7. We're going to get another sneak for 7 here. And then we'll just pick up another moment of clarity, which we can save for a more intense run. And there we go. We're all good. And then if we had coins and crowns, we could put those in here to take out of the dungeon with us. There's a coin shop outside of the dungeon, which is also pretty interesting. We don't have any of those, unfortunately, so we're just going to head down and try to do this. Did not get it. There's a little door over there that you can potentially get through. But yeah, that's the dungeon right there. Pretty cool stuff. And then we just have to wait here and... Oh, sweet. So there is my box of cards. And then the 2 cards that I just purchased. Good stuff. So we'll go ahead and drop the sneak in. And we'll save the other moment of clarity. So I want to quickly show you guys the coin shop. I don't know if it's something that we'll be using too much ourselves here. But you can... Like, you could buy keys to the dungeon. There's a couple ethereal cards like this one right here. Tactical Approach. You get 5 coins and 5 Clank block out the gate, which is cool. Mystery items. And then I guess you can refresh the shop if you want to as well. So yeah, super cool game. I definitely want to play some more of it here. So I think I'll do another run for the episode here. But yeah, let me know, guys. Do you think this is something that you would want to see more of? Do you think this would be a good series to do for my daily uploads? Or are there other games that you would like to see me play and check out? Let me know. Alright guys, so for this next run, I did get my camera account logged on, as we can see there, and I wanted to show you guys the actual map itself here. So this is actually in the real world, right behind the giant decked out castle here. And yeah, as things happen in the dungeon, this updates that, and because my camera account is standing over here with a map in their hand, it will update the map for me actually in the dungeon now. So we'll get to see what that aspect looks like. So that way there's a little bit of feedback and UI that you can kind of tell what's going on as you're traversing the dungeon now. So we're going to go ahead and go back to the entrance here and kick off another run here. Alright, good stuff. And let's make sure that I'm actually in survival mode. There we are. Set my spawn. Got everything already in there. So let's do it. Run number 2. We're going to stick with easy mode. But yeah, so the way this works, right, the harder difficulty means the further into the dungeon you likely have to go. So easy mode is all like first floor stuff, and then this is first/second floor. I think this is the second/third floor, and then this is third/fourth, and then this is all fourth floor, is I believe how it works. maybe this run we'll get some treasure on the inside as well that we can use. Yeah, there we go. We can see the map is working. I do have cards there at the very bottom. 3 cards in the deck. I believe the max is 40. And as they get played, you will see how the rest of the map works. Okay, so there's the treasure hunter. Now you can see the treasure meter is filling up a little bit. Super cool system there. Whoops. Alright, grab that. Let's see, where is this taking me? Looks like I need to go back towards the crypt there. Ooh, I just heard some treasure. Where was that at? Oh, right there. Awesome, let's grab that. So I believe it's every 4 coins gets you a crown, and the crown is what you can actually use to spend. Oh, there's a Ravager right there. We're gonna ignore him. Yeah, looking like it's in the crypt once more. There were Ravagers in here in the last run. Okay, there's one in the corner there. Oh, and he sees me. He's coming at me. Okay, we gotta go around this way. Oh, I just heard some treasure in there. I wonder where that Ravager is at. Oh, there's the coin. Sweet. Go ahead and take the berries as well. Alright, so... my treasure's not back here, is it? Looks like it is in the crypt. So we are going to have to go underneath. Yeah, there's a Ravager in one of those hallways. So there is Stumble, so you can see my clank block is now removing itself from the map here. Oh, and check this out. There is a key right there. So if we had to go to the 2nd floor, that would be a huge find for us. Not particularly helpful on this run, though. Now I wonder if it is somewhere back here. Oh. Looks like it. Yeah, perfect. So there we go. A Pearl of Cleansing for 14. Not too shabby. I think the lowest artifact is 6 or 7 embers, so we're getting pretty good rolls here. Alright, there is a Ravager sitting right there. So we might have to go back from whence we came. Go ahead and snag this berry, I suppose. Alright, so we're gonna go this way, since we cleared this hallway on the way in. Yeah, I have no idea where that guy is. Alright, we're just gonna sprint across the doorway here. Alright. Another Stumble, so we want to try and get out of here, because once you hit max clank, the dungeon becomes very, very angry with you. And what that means is Vexes will start spawning and trying to eat your face off. Now, I believe there is a Ravager right around this corner, so we need to be quick here. Go, go, go. Oh, it looks like this doorway is shut. Shouldn't matter, though. I don't think there's any in this front area at all. Yeah, this area is pretty secure at the moment, so not too big of a deal. And that is another successful run. Now, of course, this becomes much more challenging. Oh, there we go. Much more challenging once you try to go deeper into the dungeon. There are way more obstacles and things to deal with, of course. It also helps immensely that I have tons and tons of map knowledge, so I kind of know where I'm going. I'm not just fumbling my way through the dungeon as well. All right, so 14, still not enough to get any of these cards, so we'll just be sticking with the bottom tier here. Now, I believe there is a max of 3, it might be 3 or 4 cards of a type. You can't have more than a certain amount. So 14 is a little bit awkward because that only means I could get 2 of these. So I might switch it up here and go for one of these other ones. Ember Seeker might be nice so that we can start getting some embers to potentially get some of the more powerful cards here. So I think that's what I'll do here. Awesome. There we go. And I only have 2 coins, so that's not going to turn into anything. Ah, you got me. Now we just wait for the stuff to return. There we are. Cool. So now we got 4 cards in our deck. Things are coming along quite nice. So that is decked out 2, and in between runs there is a little bit of a cooldown time. You have to wait 5 minutes for any items and whatnot to despawn that have dropped in the dungeon, and then it'll let you back in after that. But yeah, I think that'll do it for this first episode of Decked Out 2. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you want to see more, or if there's any other games you want me to check out for the channel here. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.